Alright, so I got looking when I brought it in here. Just have a couple dings on the boxes here. Hopefully it doesn't mess up anything inside. It seemed like there was another one somewhere. Oh, something right there. It ain't too bad there. But yeah, I'm gonna take it and put it on this ATV lift, and where I can reach everything without bending over on the floor and all that. So I'm about to get started. Yeah, I moved all this around so I could shift that onto the lift. So let me go change my shoes and pants, and I'll get out here and open this thing up, see what we got. I just noticed that on this side of the box, it shows the front of the Maverick, and then when you get over to this side, oh, it is like that hot pink color, and it shows the back of the Maverick. That's pretty cool. All right, just cracked it open, and ooh, it's a step above mine. It's a turbo RR. Mine's only a turbo. See? So, oh man, I don't know what to think about that. How about that? All right, I'm gonna open this thing up and see what we got. All right, I got it out of the box. Ooh, that thing is heavy. Yeah, that thing is heavy. I didn't see any damage anywhere. No, I don't see any damage. So, guess I'll start to raise this lift up and look for some instructions, which there's plenty of videos on how to put this thing together. So I guess I'll look up that. This one is a XRC. Mine is a DS. So yeah, this one's way step above what I got. Yeah, okay. Yeah, everything looks okay, looks intact, I guess. Hopefully all the parts are there. Get ready to figure it out, so stay tuned. Holy cow, I thought that these were going to be like some hard plastic seats. Look at this, I actually got like a 5-point harness on this thing. But it's actually real, I mean, leather. Probably leather, but it's like soft cushion leather. It's got the X emblem. Oh man, I ain't even got that on mine. But it's not like the hard plastic, it's actually soft cushion leather. Yeah, mine ain't got the X because mine is not a X version. No, I don't have the X on mine. Oh well. Okay, this is gonna be fun. You gonna help Nova? Oh, she's supervising. Alright, so I got it up on the lift. Still haven't seen any damages. I don't believe. Let's figure out what's going on with that. But I got all the parts opened up, set out, got the instruction booklet. But that's all the parts. It's kind of funny, we got all this, but that's the only hardware we got. So, I don't know, we'll see. We will see. How about that? Okay, so the first step wasn't that bad. I basically just took this bolt out of here. This wasn't attached to this originally. It just had the bolt in it. Took the bolt out, attached these two, put the bolt nut back in. Don't over tighten them, tighten them up just enough where it's still got some play. This is a self-locking nut, so it won't come undone. That way it turns easy. And then also this little plastic, I guess you can call it a pivot arm, for the steering goes in, and then you have to add a washer and a cotter pin. They call it gaskets in the instructions. I think it's because it's from overseas or something. But okay, that's the first part you had to do. Next part we got to do is put the wheels on the axle on the front, and what I've done so far is remove the nut that was on there. So in the instructions, basically that's what it shows there. So I put the wheel on, put a washer on, put the nut on, and then put the wheel cover on, which will look like the rim. So that's pretty much self-explanatory. The way the back of the wheels are made, it's got like kind of gears, and they were interlocked with those. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and install both sides of the front wheels, and then I'll move on to the next step, which is probably putting the rear axle in and the rear wheels, and then flip it over and start doing everything else. So catch up with you in a minute. All right, so now I got 4 screws. Just got to go in there, and I got to line them up with this here, and I screw them on. That'll be the wheel cover. So I'm going to get this and then move on to the back. Okay, I got both of them sides done. Now for the rear, all right, I got the axle slid in there. There's a connection here on both sides. The instructions, it just shows to install the motor on the shaft, and your nut and washer and your wheel cover and all that. So I'm assuming this is what they're talking about here. Slide it right on the shaft, and the motor is sitting there, but I have to do the connection, so hold on just a second. Okay, so it's got an R and an L on it. What the? Hold on a minute. Now I know daggone well, I just seen that R and the L. Oh, there it is. Okay, it's got an R and an L on the other one, so I'm assuming it's upside down, so when you flip this over, this should be the right side. Look going forward, sitting in the driver's seat. Normally that's what they call stuff, you know, and when you're looking for vehicle parts and all that. So I'm assuming that that's the way we're going to go. All right, so I got the connection there. I'm going to try to cram these wires in here. Hard to do this kind of one-hand deal, but I'm going to manage. Okay, so, oh shoot, now the dang shaft went in there. Lord have mercy. Okay. Alright. So I don't know if that's as far as it goes, or feels like it. Feels pretty good and snug. So we'll go around and do the other side the exact same way, and then I'll get back with y'all when I get ready to put the wheels on. Okay, so I got both sides on, and guess what? You guys may have seen it in the video. I didn't see it. Look, there's an R. So I guess I do have it on the right side for my R there, and the L for the L on the other side. All right, so I got them in. I'm assuming this is as far as they go. I don't know once I get the wheel on. Okay, so it looks like something is not all the way in here. I figure like I might have to pry this up to get this to slide in. It's like it's hitting a stop there. I don't have any shaft stick out on that side, and on this side I got very little shaft sticking out. So, and it's the same way. So what I'm going to try to do is maybe pry something in there and try to see if I can get that to slide in a little bit more, so I can get some more yeah, it's not I don't have enough there, so let me work on that. Okay, so what I do is kind of slide a screwdriver in there, pry it up, and boom, it popped in on both sides. All right, and I'm back. Got all 4 wheels on, covers, all that good stuff. Now I'm getting ready to flip this thing over here and figure out the seats, roll bars, the steering wheel, and a few more screws here. I believe it's going to be for the roll bar things, but I can get pretty close. Let's see if we can get this thing flipped over and figure this thing out. So the battery was a little confusing. It was just one connection to make. I believe it was one of these. So there's a battery here that's not connected to anything. Then there's a battery up under here that is you charge by this here. So evidently this is just a spare battery. You can charge it up here if you wanted to with the charger that comes with it. But it's not going to be used until you actually do a swap over of connections here. So it's just like a spare one in case this one falls on its face. Is what I'm seeing, and the instructions is really vague. It just says to plug up that one connection, and then this here too. I'm assuming that just shows you where to charge it at. This here is remove the 4 screws to take the battery box to charging outside. For some reason, I don't know why. So yeah, the instructions are really vague. But anyway, from what I see, that's pretty much it. One connection there. Charge it here. And if you want to charge this one, there's a spare battery right there. I do got some instructions here. They're upside down, but it says black connector, black terminal, red connector, red terminal. Alright. Yes, which they already connected here. So, yeah, that's kind of odd. But anyway, if I have a problem, I'll get back with you. So now let me, the seats are next. Steering wheel, we figure out a roll cage. Okay, got the seats installed, got the steering wheel installed. Seats weren't too bad. The passenger side, basically, it's just a little turn clip. You got to line the holes up, stick it in there, and do it like a quarter turn, half turn, and it locks in. And it's in there. Like I said, these are nice little soft cushion seats. This one, there's a little adjustment on this driver's side, and you see it's. So once you get that slid in there and you pull the handle, it starts locking in the grooves, and then you can pull it all the way forward and take the seat completely off. And it comes with these little adjustable harnesses here. So I want to have fun with that. But yeah, that's that. The steering wheel, you got one screw that goes through, turns into a nut there. It goes all the way through the shaft that was sticking out. There is one cable that you have to hook up. Well, it's down in the hole now. But you hook up a cable that's sticking out of the hole to the steering wheel. And what that is, that adjusts, I believe it's like for music and something else. Controls these buttons right here. That's a lot cooler than mine. Mine doesn't have any steering wheel controls. So that's another one. Got me on that one. Alright, so next what I'm going to do is start figuring out the roll bar, which it doesn't look too bad. It looks pretty simple. I think it just snaps in and got a few screws to put in, and this thing ought to be ready to go. So here we are. All right, we got it together. Kind of scanning radio stations here now. I don't know how to. I have to read the instructions, I guess, on how to program them. Oh yeah. And it does do Bluetooth. I just played some Bluetooth music on, but I couldn't do a video with Bluetooth. So, but yeah, it just scans stations, and I haven't figured out what these buttons are.
The last time the photo was on.
I tried to stop it, but it just scans, and I don't know what button to press to.
Value system. It's not a shame to name to be.
Did you know what Joseph said?
Wait a minute. I bet I had that. Hold on.
Was televised.
Very proud of you.
Themselves to the narrative. Lane Kiffin rehabilitated, great guy now. All these different things, and I'm not saying that that can't still be true, but it's just, I don't know, the conflict.
Tell me about Quartet.
For this, it voices behind.
I hit stop. Okay, I have to figure that out. I don't know. All right, but she's together. And to turn it off, turn it on is basically, there you go. It's like a start stop button. Up under here, what you have is your normal mode, and then it operates as a remote control. I'll show you that in just a minute. And you got high speed, low speed, you got forward, reverse, neutral. These are the lights off and on. I just had the lights on, so I turn them off now. These are just dummy buttons. You can hook up to like an MPV player or whatever. You can also put in a memory card here or USB and play music off of that. This here goes through the music things. I'm not quite sure what that one does yet. And of course you got your pedal there. No brakes because automatic brake. The remote control, like I said, I haven't opened it up yet. Play with it. And here's the charger. So I think it comes with the batteries and the remote control. So let me open it up and see what we got. Well, okay, here's the charger. Plug it to the wall, plug it up front seats like I showed you before. Here's the remote control. It does not come with any batteries in the box. I thought it did. I thought I seen videos it did, so I'll have to play with it another day. But it looks like you're up, down, side to side. These two here, steer P, that might be maybe for the music up or something to go up and down or whatever, and lights or something. So looks like this project is done. How about that? All right. Turn some lights on. There we go. Oh yeah. All right, let me turn the lights out and just see how bright the lights actually are. If they're really usable or just for looks. Oh wow, okay. You can see with them. Just for driving around the driveway or something, but yeah, you can see with them. Man, they look just like the real ones, just like on my other Canam. I mean, my real Maverick. But yeah, there's the tail lights and everything. How about that? Dang. Let's see here. Hold on a second. How about that? And then how about that? And then tail lights. And tail lights. Look at that. Looks like it's just two X3s in there. How about that? Oop, oop, oop. Okay, so I'm going to plug this thing, put it on the charger, and then probably get some batteries, and maybe tomorrow I will also make sure you always hit the button to turn it back off, because there's a little counter up there. I don't know why it does that, but it starts still counting down. So to open the doors, there's a little latch right here, and then for the top, there's a little latch. Show you on this side right here, and you press that, and voila. That's the little youngies can get in and out of it. Okie dokie.